Let's talk about other people's stuff, resources. If you're an entrepreneur, or you're a young person, or you're a young aspiring entrepreneur, or anyone who is interested in trying to make it in business, one thing that you've got to be able to do, you've got to be able to tap into, is the leverage of other people's stuff. I say stuff because it could mean money if you're pitching to investors. It could mean knowledge if you're seeking mentorship and help. It could be time, it could be talents, resources, it could be connections, networking. Other people have valuable resources. And if you can learn how to tap into that, you aren't an island. You don't have to rely only on your own resources, your own expertise, your own network, etc. I say young people because specifically, I think a lot of young people don't realize this happens. My son, 17 years old, was talking about how his friends got jobs, and he talked about how their parents knew somebody who had a shoe-in and it was an easy thing and they got a job or something like that. It was just fell right into it and it landed on their plate. Well, it's tough to explain how a kid who is trying to work hard to get a job that just seemed to not be able to. He's gotten rejected a few times, and it's discouraging. But I talked to him a little bit about why his friends got their jobs, and really it was their network. Now, I understand their parents, they didn't really have much to do with it. They didn't really go out and earn that network. It just kind of happened. But it was an important principle for him to learn anyway, so I took advantage of the opportunity and talked a little bit about the power of network. It's who you know that makes the difference. And that's what made the difference in his friends getting their jobs. And I said, you need a network at some point, maybe not right now, and it was so funny. His response was, well, I got to get me a network. How do I get a network? And I said, well, actually you already have one. You're just not tapping into it. Then I talked to him about, how many adults do you know? And do those adults buy things? And do those adults know people who have jobs? And do those adults spend money? And do those adults know other adults who do one or all of those things? You see, once you start tapping into the power of a network, you're unstoppable. But it's when we operate as an island that we limit ourselves and our potential and how far we can go. It really bothers me when someone gets on stage and talks about how they are a self-made millionaire. Have you ever heard that phrase? I'm a self-made millionaire, self-made this, self-made that. I say, bull crap, you're not self-made anything. You mean to tell me that nobody changed your diaper when you were a baby, nobody fed you, nobody raised you, nobody brought in food and sent you to school? You did everything 100% of your own accord? You didn't have parents, you didn't have siblings or aunts or uncles, neighbors, friends, mentors, teachers, coaches, cousins, you name it, that didn't have any influence on any opportunity that helped get you to where you are today? None of that happened? Are you kidding me? Anyone who says they're a self-made millionaire, they're just being selfish. They're not acknowledging the fact that other people actually paved the way for them. What about all the inventions that exist in their lives that help them utilize resources? What about the internet? Did they use the internet to get their millions of dollars? Well, somebody invented the internet. Can you not acknowledge that somebody helped do something and you're building on the shoulders of other people's great ideas and great inventions? Anyways, off my soapbox, but know that every one of us is connected to each other and there are resources out there. And a lot of times we limit ourselves by thinking small and not tapping into those resources. If you're an investor, a real estate investor, you understand the power of leverage, other people's money, OPM. Opium. You have to have opium. It sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Other people's money. Or your own money. You've got to put out a lot of money to do real estate investing, and you've either got to use other people's money and they'll make a profit through interest, or you're going to use your own money. And a lot of people starting on real estate investing don't have their own money. They have to use the leverage of other people's. So in that industry, it's very well understood and it's common. It's very normal to use other people's money, other people's time. But that seems to be the only resource that we like to borrow from other people. Especially when we're young and starting out, we think, gosh, I'm just a high school student. What do I have to offer? I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of resources. I don't have a lot of talent, this or that. But if you tap into others around you, you have unlimited amounts of time, talent, money, resources of any kind to get you doing what you want. The thing that you need is passion. Because if you're a youngster, I hate using that word, sorry if I offended anyone, a young person, young adult, and you have passion for an idea and you put yourself out there, you start going at it, you're going to stand out so much from all of your peers that adults like myself are going to flock to help you. If it hasn't happened yet, it will. Put in some passion, find something you're excited about, turn off your phone, shut down your social media feeds, do something worthwhile, get involved in a cause and start spending your time doing something awesome and turn some heads, and you'll make adults go, wow, how can I help this kid? Because there are a lot of people out there, just like myself, who have time, who have money, who have talents, who have resources, and are more than willing to put those to good use when they see a fire burning. And you're the one that has to light yourself on fire and get out there and do that. So if you're short on resources, think of that. Don't think, where am I going to get this? Where am I going to get that? It's just too hard. I don't have this or I don't have that. It'll happen. The thing you need to focus on is get yourself passionate about what you're doing. Get a fire lit. Get some hunger in you. And get out there and start hustling, start working. Turn off the TV, turn off movies, turn off this, turn off that. There's so much time wasted, but get out there and get after it. And the resources, tap into your network, those resources will appear. And you'll be shocked at what's available to you so that you can go ahead and be not a self-made millionaire one day, but a millionaire made on the resources and the talents and the time and the money of others. Because truly, any of us who have achieved any amount of success, the only way that we have done that is through borrowing the resources of other people.